Dudes, dudettes, ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, Falcons fans, DBN. You already know who this is, man. It's your Ace Boone, Intergalactic Brew. Gonna do this little video, you know. This next video, I should say, for the Washington Redskins. You know, considering that we really don't play the Redskins every year, I really can't consider this a hate week video or call out video or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm gonna do is basically break down and analyze this game through my eyes. So you know, that's how I'm gonna do this, and this is really gonna be like my last video, because like I said, I really don't have nothing against the Redskins. Like I said, we don't play them, you know, consecutive years, so it's really nothing to talk junk about. You know, I know they got a few video makers on YouTube, but you know, it's really not all that serious. But you know, the bottom line is, I believe my team's gonna go up to Washington and get a victory and be 5-0. That's just that. But anyway, cutting right down to the chase, to the game. First off, let's look at the defense versus the Redskins offense. Now we all know what RG3 is all about. Either he's gonna let his receivers and backs make plays, and if they can't do it, then he's gonna do it. And how is he gonna do that? Well, he's gonna bring something to the game that we got introduced to last week, and that was the triple option offense. And briefly, how that offense operates is it's a tricky yet complicated offense to stop, but it all centers around the running game, and at times the passing game as well, but most likely the run game. But basically, it's an offense where the quarterback can hand the ball off to you know, either his running back, or you know, he could fake it to the running back and go downfield with a pass, or either you know, you could fake it, you know, to the running back and, you know, throw a little halfback toss, or maybe a screen or whatever to a receiver. I mean, it's a real complicated offense to stop. And then on top of that, you know, if he wants to, the quarterback can just take the ball in his hands and just make plays with his feet himself. So basically, that's the offense that we're going to face once again this week, because RG3 is a rookie, and he's just, you know, getting a feel still for the NFL type of offense. So basically, Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, is not gonna, you know, put too much on him just yet. So basically, he's gonna let him run an offense that he feels comfortable with, and in this case, it's the triple option. So basically, what our defense has to do is basically did what they did last week, and that was eventually slow the run down and locate where the ball is coming. Now, last week in the Carolina game, we did get mowed down at times by D'Angelo Williams. Not necessarily Jonathan Stewart, because Jonathan Stewart is kind of the power of the two. So, you know, if you tackle him good, or if you know, swarm tackle him good, you can easily shut him down. But D'Angelo Williams was a different type of animal, as the old cliche goes. But eventually we were able to close him out and shut him down, and we limited them down to passing the ball, and fortunately it worked out in our favor. So I think that's the same struggle, or the same challenge we're going to face here. I think a slight difference between Griffin and Newton is that I think Griffin will look to pass the ball more, even though he will, use that option of either, handing it off to Alfred Morris, which is not going to get any easier, or either making plays himself. And that's going to be trouble also if that happens. So, our defense is basically going to have to continue that mindset that they had from last week and just be aware and just try to locate where the ball is going. I mean, that's really all we have to do. I mean, it's really going to come down to, intelligence, awareness, and good, hard physical tackling. That's it. I mean, you saw last week we were able to cause a couple of fumbles, including that very important 4th down fumble that allowed us to get the ball back. And of course you saw what happened after that. Redskins fans, I hope y'all were paying attention. But anyway, yeah, y'all saw what happened. So yeah, I definitely think, if our defense can do that, we should definitely win this game. Now, as far as the passing game is concerned, I know it's a triple option, altogether, but, there are going to be some passing situations in this game also. As far as the passing game is concerned, that's going to be a test, once again, for our secondary. A very good test, because the Redskins, if you ask me in my opinion, they're not as explosive. They are explosive, but they're not as explosive per se as Denver Broncos or San Diego Chargers, I should say, or Carolina Panthers. So they don't really concern me too much, but then again, at the same time, you can't underestimate them because they've got a lot of speed and athleticism on that receiving core. I mean, you got Pierre Garçon to the right, and then you got Josh Gordon to the left, and then you've got Santana Moss on the side in the slot, and then you've got Fred Davis, the tight end, right next to him. So, that in itself, is going to cause headaches for this secondary. But I mean, this secondary has stepped up big time, so I'm not really concerned with them. I know they'll eventually find a way to shut those guys down and get a couple of interceptions and just cause some turnovers in general. And I think that's going to be basically their key to getting the ball back for the offense is just causing turnovers. I mean, in any way, whether it's an interception, a forced fumble, whatever. So, but yeah, these Redskins receivers, I mean, they're very effective, especially Pierre Garçon. He's like the speed demon, as they like to say, on this receiving core. I mean, you saw what he did to New Orleans on the first play. He ran that little slant, and then he made 2 defenders miss and took it straight home. So our secondary has definitely got to bring this guy down, and I think this is all going to be about gang tackling. I don't think a solo tackle is going to do much in this game for our team. I think it's going to have to be a lot of double team tackling and all that stuff. So I definitely believe that if we can at least take Garçon out of the equation, I don't see Gordon or Moss or Davis being too much of a problem. Because Josh Gordon, he's kind of like how I was saying about Brandon LaFell. He's basically like a possession guy, but then again, he's a good route runner and has the footwork to get himself open and get himself behind defensive backs, especially in one-on-ones. So you still have to account for him, but I'm just saying, he's really not going to cause much of a problem as will Garçon. Also, Santana Moss. Santana Moss is going to be one of the smaller guys out there. So whoever our nickelback is, you definitely have to keep up with him, because he is a pretty fast receiver himself. So I'm guessing the physicality is going to have to be amped up just a little bit more in this game, because again, Santana Moss is like Garcon, man. I mean, if he breaks away from you, that's it. You're going to be chasing wind. I'm trying to tell you, man, that guy is he's a little Sonic the Hedgehog out there, So yeah, definitely got to be on Santana Moss. And then Fred Davis, I mean, the thing with him, I mean, he's kind of similar to Tony Gonzalez in a sense, but the thing about him is he really doesn't have the speed. He's more so all strength, and he can like take a couple of defenders with him and get that first down for you. So yeah, that's really what you have to worry about with Davis. But you still have to, our secondary is definitely going to have to be physical with this guy and hit him hard, because like I said, he does have the ability to get away, even though he doesn't have the speed. And also down in the red zone, that's going to be another key for us as well, because Griffin likes to go to him often in the red zone as well, so we got to keep an eye out for him there. But I'm not too worried about Fred Davis, because even though he can be explosive and he does have the ability to be explosive, ever since he's come off that injury from last season, I don't think he'll be the same guy as he was maybe a couple of years ago. So Davis don't worry me too much. But the main guys that I'm really concerned about is Garcon, Gordon, and Moss. But Fred Davis, he shouldn't be a problem. But then again, he is capable. So we definitely got to just rough him up and make sure that he doesn't get away and score a touchdown. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So the defensive line has just got to locate where the ball's coming from. Our secondary, just has got to jam the Redskins receivers, and that should really take care of the Redskins. The Redskins offense. Now, as far as the Falcons offense versus the Redskins defense, this is going to be one of the more tougher scenarios, because Washington's defensive line is merciless. I'm talking about these guys are going to hit you until you are unconscious, or they're at least going to knock the wind out of you. Trust me. I know everybody's getting, caught up because Brian Arakpo, I think he is their leader or one of their leaders on defense, is not not playing in this game. But I still don't underestimate that, because they do have other linemen that can step up, and other linebackers that can step up and do damage. So just because Brian Arakpo is not playing, don't think that Hazlitt is not going to sick more of his dogs on us, so to speak. So yeah, I'm still I'm still going to be keeping a close eye on this defensive line, especially their I believe it's their front seven, I believe. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge. But I think this offense can overcome it. I think if we can score as I'll say fairly efficient as we did against the Broncos defense, and also against that Carolina defense. Like I said, they're very capable defense. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge. And also the secondary, again, another capable secondary we're going up against. They do have playmakers with Josh Wilson and D'Angelo Hall. I don't know about Brandon Merriweather. I don't know if he's supposed to be back this week or not, but if he is, watch out. I know they got Cedric Griffin over there. I know I forget the other. I don't know. Oh yeah, Tenard Jackson, but I don't think he's gonna be back. So you know, I really don't know about that. But anyway, the bottom line is we have to be balanced here. I think that's going to be the main thing for our offense, is to be balanced. I think we've got to wear this defensive line out early with the run game, so that way when we do get ready to launch that thing down the field, you know, the secondary won't be anticipating it, and we'll be able to score a lot quicker. So I think if we could just start off by using Turner and Quiz and Snelling, you know, early on, I think we can wear this defensive line out. That it has been done in the past from the games that I've seen. So I think if we use our running backs early, I think the passing game will be a lot more easier. But I mean, that's how it is with every game, right? But still, you know, this is a very effective and dangerous defense and secondary that we're going up against. So yeah. But I mean, that's pretty much it, man. So physicality, awareness, and intelligence on defense, and balanced attacks on offense. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, you know. Also, that defensive line is definitely gonna want to look to sack Matt and rush him. So our offensive line, y'all have got to step it up this week. I mean, we did enough to win the game last week. That was good, but it wasn't great. You know, we need y'all to play great on Sunday, O-line. So Todd McClure, you know, you get those guys together and you tell them, man, you know, y'all can't be letting Matt get sacked 7 times in a game. You know, that's not a good look. You know, because that's gonna eventually come back and get us, and I don't want that to happen. So O-line, stepping on up, do a better job of winning your one-on-one matchups when you have them, and you know, allow Matt to fire that ball downfield to our receivers so we can put some points on the board. But that's pretty much it, man. You know, I expect it to be nothing but a tough, grueling, grinding game like it was last week. This will not be a dominant game by any means, but I believe my team is resilient enough to overcome whatever Washington is going to throw at us, and I think it's going to be 10 times more harder that they're going to play us than Carolina is. But I definitely do believe Atlanta will withstand that, and they will survive, and we will come out on this thing to win an end. So that's pretty much it, man. So yeah, Falcons finna swoop into the nation's capital, and we're gonna come out on top, man. 5-0 is what I'm claiming, and the Lombardi Trophy is where we're aiming. So with that being said, I'm out like cable power, man. 2 fingers.